Hi, welcome to Movie Review Mom. Today, the movie I'm reviewing is The Dead Don't Die. It is rated R. It's 1 hour and 45 minutes, and the grade that I gave it is a C+. I always feel bad when I give a grade anything under a B minus, really. But so first of all, in a quick nutshell, I kind of thought that the whole zombie craze was over, especially with the end of the Walking Dead series. And it seems like this movie probably should have come out a few years ago at the height of all of the zombie craze, right? I used to be so afraid of zombies when I was a little girl. My dad had me watch The Night of the Living Dead. Well, what kind of a dad does that? But anyway, it scared me. And that was like just the scariest monster I could imagine was a zombie. So fast forward that many years, and one of my sons had a sleepover and a bunch of friends over, and they were watching The Walking Dead. And I walked in the room and I was like, ah. And I said, you shouldn't be watching this. This is terrible. And to be honest, they really weren't paying that much attention to it. They were just eating and goofing around and stuff. And the movie or the TV series was going on in the background. So I sat down and I was just scared. And I thought, I'm going to conquer this fear. So I was the one that got sucked into the episode and ended up watching almost the entire show. By season 9, I just thought, you know what, they've crossed some lines for me, and that's kind of when I ended it. But I'm proud to announce that by the time I was finished watching, I could just beat up zombies and not be afraid. And of course, I know it's all pretend. But anyway, this movie has all of the elements of what could be a really great and fun zombie movie. There's some dark humor, Bill Murray, Adam Driver, quirkiness, a capable director in Jim Jarmusch, but they just don't add up to this really great movie. You hear the phrase in the movie often, this is going to end badly. And you know what? It does. If you want a really fun comedy zombie movie with Bill Murray, watch Zombieland instead. It is just way better. But first, some quick tips for some parents. There's some profanity, including F-bombs. You see a dead skinned animal. There's lots of bloody, gory zombies who eat body parts and all the zombie visual graphic stuff that you would expect. And then, of course, violence, but mostly humans killing zombies. What's interesting is it's all done very nonchalantly with kind of this deadpan attitude, which is supposed to be funny, but obviously it's not realistic. And if your kids actually were in a zombie apocalypse, you would want them to be prepared and to run and all of that. One thing I liked about the zombies is they don't run after you like in some of these zombie movies where you don't even stand a chance. I like it when they're just kind of like, oh, because then you can kill them and run away fast. But anyway, so some of the themes that I was able to pick out were not very many. One is be prepared for a zombie apocalypse. Friendship, because there are several characters that have developed these friendships over the years. They love and trust each other. And so there's that. And then the film tries to make social commentary on the world today, but the delivery is just a little dead. It's not super obvious, bashing it over your head until the very end, really. And then it's just kind of ridiculous, to be honest. Other things that I liked are that there are some running gags that pull the movie together in a knowing way. For example, the characters talk about this song called "The Dead Man Don't Die," which plays many times during the film, and the characters make comments about it, which is just kind of funny because, it's just in a knowing way. There are some other knowing gags, like the characters will actually talk about the script, which I just do find hilarious. And so, in that way, it's kind of fun because they are making fun of themselves. They're very self-aware. I like that in comedies, actually. The characters are actually really good. I mean, who doesn't love Danny Glover? Some of the other short-lived characters, not as a spoiler, but just because, in zombie movies, you run through people pretty quickly. There's an amusing cast of Steve Buscemi, Iggy Pop, Selena Gomez, Carol Kane, I hadn't seen her in a while, Tom Waits, Jekka Sabat, RZA, and Tilda Swinton. She's actually really interesting. She always has interesting characters in every movie that she's in. And just a funny little visual was seeing Adam Driver drive up in this little smart car. And then even in bad movies, I always enjoy watching Bill Murray. And I guess I would probably chalk this up to one of his bad movies. So some of the things that I didn't like is that it just kind of seemed like writer, director Jim Jarmusch just decided to make a zombie movie with his buddy Bill Murray, and they both sat around and got drunk and thought everything that came out of their mouths was hilarious, and they didn't really care what anybody else thought of the movie, I guess. That's just kind of how it feels. Nothing really starts happening until about 29 minutes into the movie. At least that's when you see zombies, and then the action starts to pick up. And I suppose that part of the shtick is that everyone is pretty easygoing about the whole zombie invasion, but the result is kind of a lethargic movie. Some would call this deadpan comedy, but the result is just kind of Night of the Living deadpan. It's It's really easy to spot the expendable humans who will be attacked and eaten, of course. And then the final scene is just a complete letdown. It's even confusing. It just ends abruptly and kind of in a meaningless way. And you're like, wait, that was it? Okay, So if you watch the trailer and you're like, oh, I've got to see that. That looks amazing. Then go for it. But if you watch the trailer and go, meh, you've pretty much seen the best parts of the movie. And so you could just skip it. And again, check out Zombieland, because that one is actually really funny, and it has Bill Murray in it. I feel like I'm losing my voice. Anyway, that's it for me. Be sure and hit the subscribe button or click on the little picture of the next video so you can see another movie review. Thanks for supporting. Bye for now.